Never let anyone FUD the direction of your dreams. Only you can hear the thin wavelength of your connection to your muse. And only your muse knows what you've been out here to create. For to be driven and inspired to create anything at all is already a victory, a kind of epic battle won. The world is in lockdown, it's in prison cells, the bars of which are the couch, television waves, and junk food. Every day is a challenge to break free, to run in the direction of your dreams, and to make that connection in thin, wiry voice ever harder to ignore. And what you are trying to build is a big line, a kind of telephone line that you can pick up all the time, every day, strengthening that connection to the divine and weakening the voices led by self-doubt, perfectionism, worry, and fear. Never let anyone tell you what direction you should guide your muse or your vision, because to have any energy at all working towards the direction of creation is a kind of miraculous thing in this world. Working every day now on new music and then writing this blog to you, it's all coming out, it's all coming through. My energy towards these things remains unaffected by the world crashing down, because I chose not to bury myself or my voice under the extreme engine of fear that's been revving up across the globe all over here. And now the tides are turning so much that those that don't see the obvious threat of medical tyranny, those that don't see the government overreach and the negative effects of it all, the devastation it leads to, they are becoming the so-called conspiracy theorists at this point. And those that are speaking against it are rapidly becoming the normies, the everyday people, the majority. And that equation is only going to increase as the months go on, as the inevitability of the truth emerges like a wildfire that no one can contain. And in the meantime, we move like Olympians in the direction of our dreams. We create the daily rituals of discipline, and we fill our hearts and our lungs and our music and our soul with the direction to keep going. We strengthen the connection to our muse, and we lean in all the time. We lean in like our survival depends on it. We lean in like the hellhounds of control and condemnation are nipping at our heels, because they are. And they are all the time. Particularly now, particularly when there is obviously an agenda at work which has nothing to do with health, but has everything to do with containing the power and the force innate in all of humanity. If that phone line between you and your muse doesn't get detached, remains strong, becomes a constant flow, then not only do you have the ability to make your own voice as strong and as sturdy as a mountain, but you have the dangerous ability to help others find their way to do the same. And that's the real danger. A humanity awake and unafraid to speak, impossible to control through the weak alleyways of fear, but who feels the God-given force of their power and helps others to feel the same within themselves. Humanity on the cusp of waking up during the Great Awakening. There is no accidents here, and that the symbols of fear have increased. The masks over faces, shrouded voices, the encouragement to stay silent and surrendered, and $1 trillion fear campaign that ensures you do just that is raging, and raging for a reason. There are no accidents. There is nothing like a coincidence on a global scale. Humanity is waking up and touching its true power. At the same time, the weight of this attack is coming down around all the unsuspecting souls who don't understand it's an agenda about ensuring their detachment stays in place, the detachment to their true power, their voice, their inspiration, and the weight of their love, which not only has the power to lift them up, but to lift up all those around them, who can in turn lift up all those around them. And so it goes, humanity opening and blossoming like a flower, impossible to control and condemn, where things like money and status no longer matter, but where we are one, and those games of power are just like a ball left bouncing on an empty playground, where recess has ended and all the kids are back in class being taught how to elevate by the teacher who is their spirit, the muse and control in all of us as humanity takes flight. Good morning.